Jacob's Well originates from the Middle Trinity Aquifer. This aquifer is the most important supply of groundwater in the region, and changes in the aquifer are reflected in the water level of Jacob's Well itself. For this reason, Jacob's Well is an important drought indicator. A report from the Meadows Center in 2019 described recent efforts to conserve the groundwater that contributes to Jacob's Well. Recently, the Board of Directors for the Hayes Trinity Groundwater Conservation District designated an area where they plan to try out new strategies to preserve spring flow. This group of researchers found the spots that most influence water levels at Jacob's Well, called recharge areas, and they plan to reduce the amount of pumping there. Some things they suggest in order to offset the effects of this reduction are maintaining alternate water supplies using aquifer storage, developing the Lower Trinity Aquifer, as well as rainwater harvesting. But a more recent study from 2021 examined the ongoing work that the Hayes Trinity Groundwater Conservation District is doing. Groundwater is the most important water source for rural communities and agriculture in the state. It provides 60% of all water that is used by the state of Texas each year. And according to the study, around 46,000 rural residents in the Jacob's Well area rely on the supply wells that withdraw water from the Trinity Aquifer. Jacob's Well itself generates around $200,000 in park fee revenue for Hayes County, so it's an important resource on a number of levels. But the Jacob's Well area in particular faces declining groundwater levels. An increasing number of drinking wells in the area are going dry as well. Before 2000, there was never a record of Jacob's Well going dry in recorded history, but after 2000, it has ceased flow 7 times. To protect this valuable resource, it was vital for the Conservation District officials to study the history of the area in order to learn which parts of the aquifer were most in need of protection during droughts. It was also important to increase stakeholder engagement by creating a committee to reach an agreement on ways to protect Jacob's Well. The committee consisted of all the people who had an interest in what happened to the area: Hayes County commissioners, well owners, water supply companies, scientists, business owners, and developers. All agreed that preservation of Jacob's Well was vital to the health of their community, and they committed to measures to cut back on pumping. Overall, this study demonstrates the importance of collaboration when we were searching for ways to protect places like Jacob's Well. We must involve all people with a stake in the process, from scientists to landowners to those in the government. Only when we commit together to preservation of our state's natural resources will we begin to make any progress. In many ways, we can use Jacob's Well as a metric to determine how global warming is affecting our communities as well as the animal species here in Texas. The effects of global warming are apparent in the decreasing water levels of the Trinity Aquifer, and in the droughts that have threatened Jacob's Well in the past 20 years more so than ever before. This crisis affects the creatures that inhabit Jacob's Well, but it also affects the people who get water from the originating spring, as well as the ability of the surrounding towns to survive the years and bring in enough revenue to thrive. Jacob's Well is a symbol of the wider struggle to preserve our natural resources, a struggle that affects us all because of our fundamental interconnection with the environment. Now, more than ever, it is important to protect places like Jacob's Well. The energy we put into maintaining these beautiful natural spaces reflects the energy we are putting into our future.